Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. Today, we'll be diving into the emotional stories of artists and stars who once shined brightly in the entertainment world. They dedicated their careers, talents, and passion to their art, but sadly, devastating illnesses took it all away. Their careers, fame, and even their lives. This will be a journey filled with heartbreak and reflection as we honor these talented souls and the legacies they left behind. Richard Pryor, comedy legend and his valiant battle against multiple sclerosis. Richard Pryor was a legendary figure in the world of comedy, hailed as one of the boldest and most pioneering stand-up comedians of all time. Known for his natural storytelling abilities and his knack for weaving humor into tough topics like racism, street life, and politics, Pryor crafted a unique style that deeply influenced generations of comedians. However, the bright lights of the stage would not shine forever. In 1986, Pryor was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, MS, a life-altering disease that would change his world completely. MS is an autoimmune disease that attacks the central nervous system, and for Richard Pryor, it not only ravaged his physical health, but also threatened to end his stellar career. His once confident strides across the stage became daily struggles. The effortless humor that had lifted millions was now hindered by tremors and exhaustion. Each performance became a battle within as Pryor fought to preserve the persona his audience had grown to love. Yet the disease progressed relentlessly, gradually robbing him of control over his body. MS didn't just affect Pryor's mobility, it also impaired his speech and dulled his expressive abilities. For a man whose life was built on sharing stories and making people laugh, the loss of his voice was a devastating blow. Despite his resilient efforts to keep performing, Pryor eventually had to step away from the spotlight, retreating into a quieter life. Hollywood, which had once been his playground, became a distant and bittersweet memory. In his later years, Pryor grew weaker and more isolated. The man who had once embodied fearless comedy and bold social commentary was now a shadow of his former self. MS stole the radiant smile that had once lit up his face and drained the boundless energy that had defined his career. Yet even in his darkest moments, Pryor retained a spark of his characteristic humor and optimism, traits his loved ones would always cherish and remember. Richard Pryor passed away in 2005, concluding a life marked by triumphs and trials. His legacy extends beyond his immense artistic contributions. His story is one of bravery and resilience in the face of adversity. The laughter Pryor brought to the world still echoes today, and he will forever be remembered as a trailblazer in comedy and a determined warrior against multiple sclerosis.
So he says, "Put your hand under here." And guy with a raincoat, naturally.
I would hope, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I'd been told to obey my elders, you know?
Yeah.
So I put my hand where he wanted it, apparently, and I remember thinking, it wasn't so much I was scared as the humiliation of it. I thought, what if the lights go up? What do I do?
Billy Preston. The painful battle with kidney failure in his final years. Billy Preston, one of the most talented musicians of the 20th century, was celebrated for his masterful keyboard skills and legendary collaborations with the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and Elton John. He was the man behind major hits like Nothing from Nothing and Will It Go Round in Circles, leaving an indelible mark on music history. However, the final years of his life were overshadowed by the devastating effects of kidney failure, a disease that drained him physically and mentally until the very end. Kidney failure began to take its toll on Preston in the late 1990s, forcing him to rely on dialysis treatments to sustain his life. Each session was a grueling battle, not only against physical pain, but also against relentless exhaustion. Yet despite his worsening condition, Preston held on to his optimism and burning passion for music. He continued to perform whenever he could, inspiring fans with his inner strength and undying love for his craft. In 2005, Preston's health deteriorated rapidly. He fell into a deep coma after suffering severe complications from kidney failure. Throughout this difficult time, his family, friends, and musical colleagues remained by his side, offering prayers and hoping for a miracle. However, after months of unconsciousness and no signs of recovery, hopes began to fade as it became evident that his battle with the disease was reaching its final chapter. On June 6, 2006, Billy Preston passed away at the age of 59, leaving behind a legacy that millions of music lovers would mourn. His death marked a tremendous loss not only for the music industry, but also for all those he had inspired. As one of the first black artists to be widely recognized in the realms of pop and rock music, Preston's legacy is a testament to his timeless talent and his relentless spirit in the face of adversity. Despite being ravaged by kidney failure in his final years, Billy Preston lived a life filled with brilliance, triumphs, and struggles. His music and spirit continue to live on in his classic works, and the memories of a phenomenal artist who once captivated the world with his sound. His life and artistry remain an everlasting source of inspiration for future generations. Muhammad Ali, the never-ending battle with Parkinson's disease. Muhammad Ali, famously known as the greatest in boxing history, was celebrated not only for his lightning-fast punches and unrivaled footwork, but also for his indomitable spirit and defiance of all limits. In 1984, at the height of his fame, Ali was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, a degenerative neurological disorder with no known cure. This diagnosis marked the beginning of a new battle, one not fought in the ring, but within his own body. Parkinson's slowly robbed Ali of the agility that once defined him. The graceful footwork and lightning speed combinations that had left his opponents in awe transformed into slow and deliberate movements. What had once been effortless now required immense concentration. Yet Ali's fighting spirit never wavered. He continued to live with purpose, dedicating himself to charity events and becoming a beacon of hope for millions suffering from Parkinson's around the world. Ali's voice, once a powerful tool in his arsenal, was not spared from the effects of Parkinson's. The booming, self-assured voice that commanded press conferences and inspired millions grew softer and more fragmented. But rather than surrender, Ali found new ways to communicate. Through his eyes, smiles, and small but meaningful gestures, he conveyed a message of resilience. His presence alone became enough to inspire, even when words failed him. In his later years, Ali gradually withdrew from public life. The mental battles he once fought in imaginary boxing matches shifted to daily struggles with the disease's relentless progression. Yet even as his physical strength diminished, his inner fire remained. Ali participated in numerous awareness campaigns for Parkinson's, using his story to uplift others in similar battles. His unwavering determination became a symbol of hope and courage. Muhammad Ali passed away in 2016, but his legacy lives on. His fight with Parkinson's stands as a testament to the strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Ali wasn't just a boxing legend. He was a symbol of bravery, resilience, and purpose. To millions worldwide, he remains an enduring example of living a meaningful life even in the face of life's greatest challenges.
Past that I have done was publicity stunts, that's all. But this time it was serious, and I almost struck him. I did hit him on the hand. I intended to.
Well, do you hate him?
No, I don't really hate him, but I don't really hate no one, but I don't like him for his actions and the way he was acting and insisting on calling me Cassius Clay, knowing that my name now is Muhammad Ali. Now I'm a Muslim, and whenever this is discussed, it's serious. I don't play with the religion. The name. So he really made me angry, and that was not play, that was real.
Quincy Jones, the musical genius who battled stroke and fought to reclaim his life. Quincy Jones is one of the most legendary figures in the music industry, a visionary producer, arranger, and composer who helped shape the sound of modern music. His collaborations with iconic artists like Michael Jackson, Frank Sinatra, and Aretha Franklin resulted in some of the most celebrated albums in history. However, the soaring career of this musical genius came to a sudden halt in 1974, when Quincy suffered 2 back-to-back strokes, throwing his life and career into uncertainty. The strokes were a life-altering event that left Quincy on the brink of death. Faced with severe neurological damage and the risk of losing his career, Quincy underwent a high-stakes brain surgery to survive. The procedure, though successful, left him physically weakened and battling against the lingering effects of the strokes. For a man known for his boundless energy and creativity, the experience was a humbling reminder of life's fragility. Despite the physical toll, Quincy's indomitable spirit refused to give up. Rehabilitation became his new battlefield, and he approached it with the same determination that had driven his artistic success. Slowly, he began to regain his strength, though the process was long and grueling. Through physical therapy and an unyielding will to live, Quincy fought to reclaim control of his body and his life. Quincy's health struggles did not just shape his physical reality, they transformed his perspective on life and creativity. He became a more introspective and reflective figure, appreciating the preciousness of each moment and every note of music. Though his health was never the same, Quincy continued to produce music and mentor new talent, proving that his genius and passion for the craft were unbreakable. Quincy Jones is a symbol of resilience in the face of adversity, demonstrated through his courageous battle against a stroke and unwavering determination to pursue his passions. As a legendary music producer, he has left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry, while also serving as a role model for overcoming life's toughest challenges. What part of Quincy's journey inspires you the most? Share your thoughts, and let's celebrate his remarkable strength together.
And 2 Russian mathematicians, Joseph Schillinger and Nicholas Slimansky, had to prove that in the mathematics and music a lock like that. And it's always left brain and right brain. Very important, because it means if you get into music and get your music down, the other subjects are easier. They actually are. It'll immediately illustrate that work can be fun and very rewarding emotionally. Because, when you're feeling up or feeling...
Michael Clarke Duncan, the heart attack that ended a towering talent. Michael Clarke Duncan, known for his powerful and soulful portrayal of John Coffey in The Green Mile, was a towering presence both on and off the screen. With his deep voice, muscular frame, and disarming smile, Duncan became a beloved figure in Hollywood. Rising from humble beginnings on the south side of Chicago, he worked as a bodyguard and dug ditches before breaking into acting. However, his meteoric rise to fame was tragically cut short in 2012 when he suffered a massive heart attack that ultimately claimed his life. The heart attack struck Duncan in July 2012, sending shockwaves through the entertainment industry. He was immediately rushed to the hospital, where doctors fought to stabilize his condition. His fiancée, reality TV star Omarosa Manigault, was by his side and performed CPR before paramedics arrived. Though the initial intervention saved his life temporarily, Duncan remained in critical condition for weeks. His fans, friends, and colleagues held out hope for his recovery, but the damage to his heart was extensive. Despite Duncan's undeniable physical strength and tenacity, the heart attack proved to be an insurmountable challenge. In the following weeks, his condition fluctuated as doctors did everything in their power to help him recover. However, the toll on his body became evident, and the spark that had once driven his performances began to fade. Hollywood anxiously awaited news, but hope began to dwindle as the days passed. On September 3, 2012, Duncan passed away at the age of 54. His death marked the end of a career that was just beginning to reach new heights. Tributes poured in from around the world, with fellow actors and fans remembering him as a kind, gentle soul with an unmatched talent. His portrayal in The Green Mile earned him an Academy Award nomination and cemented his legacy as one of the most unforgettable performances in modern cinema. Though Michael Clarke Duncan is no longer with us, his legacy lives on through his work and the countless lives he touched. His story is a testament to perseverance, talent, and heart, both literal and figurative. While the heart attack took him far too soon, the impact of his talent will continue to resonate for generations to come.
There are issues of faith and belief and trust in the movie that really center on your character. What are we saying in this film about faith specifically?
This is what I'm going to tell you. My belief was that I wanted to do this movie. I had faith that I could do it. I prayed about it. I got on my knees. I said, please, Lord, let me get this movie.
Literally on your knees?
Literally. I mean, on my knees every night, asking the Lord, say, look, I know I'm not a bad...
Eazy-E. The tragic end of a gangsta rap legend. Eazy-E, born Eric Lynn Wright, was an irreplaceable icon in the gangsta rap genre and a co-founder of the legendary group NWA. With sharp lyrical prowess, a rebellious attitude, and an unmistakable style, Eazy-E became a trailblazer in hip-hop during the late 1980s. His songs didn't just chronicle the harsh realities of life on the streets of Compton, they also exposed the systemic injustices faced by black communities in America. However, Eazy-E's brilliant career came to a sudden halt in 1995 when he was diagnosed with AIDS, a tragedy that shook the entire music world. Eazy-E's diagnosis was made public in February 1995, and shockingly, he passed away just a month later. The disease advanced with devastating speed, giving him little time to prepare for the end. Fans around the world were stunned by the news, especially since Eazy-E had never revealed any prior health issues. His rapid decline and sudden death left a gaping void in the hip-hop community, one filled with heartbreak and an overwhelming sense of loss. In his final days, Eazy-E chose to share a heartfelt message with the public. In a letter released by his family, he urged everyone to raise awareness about AIDS and emphasized the importance of health care and early detection. This poignant farewell was a sobering reminder from a man who had once stood at the pinnacle of the music industry, only to be struck down by a deadly illness. Eazy-E's legacy extends far beyond music. As a founding member of NWA, he paved the way for countless hip-hop artists and solidified gangsta rap's place in popular culture. His songs continue to resonate with fans, serving as a lasting testament to his unique talent and profound influence. Eazy-E's passing was a heartbreaking tragedy, but the legacy he left behind in the music world remains timeless. As a symbol of rebellion, creativity, and the desire for self-expression, Eazy-E helped shape hip-hop culture and became an irreplaceable icon. His life serves as a reminder of life's fragility and the power of art to preserve the memory of an immortal legend. What about Eazy-E's story moves or inspires you the most? Share your thoughts and join us in honoring his legacy.
Everybody really paying attention to it now, you know.
You do get a lot of
Right.
You feel vindicated now?
It's like banning us from all the venues. We couldn't even go out on the road, you know, because for the song and other reasons, they think we was going to, you know, cause a lot of trouble, but it's all bull, you know.
And now, though, you think you made the point?
I mean, I think we made the point a long time ago, but everybody just opened their eyes now.
Vernon Jordan. The legendary civil rights activist's battle with cancer. Vernon Jordan, one of the most prominent figures in the American civil rights movement, dedicated his life to fighting for equality and opportunities for African Americans. With a career spanning decades, he was best known for his leadership role at the National Urban League and his tireless efforts to promote education, voting rights, and social justice. However, his life of service took a challenging turn when he was diagnosed with cancer in the early 2000s. The cancer diagnosis came while Jordan was still deeply involved in social advocacy and political consulting. At first, he tackled the disease with the same resilience and determination that had defined his career in the civil rights movement. Yet cancer is a formidable adversary, and as time went on, his health began to deteriorate. The complications from the illness made it increasingly difficult for him to keep up with his rigorous public schedule. Gradually, Jordan was forced to step away from his public activities and reduce his participation in political life. He transitioned to a more private life, spending most of his time with family and close friends. Although his absence from the public stage was deeply felt, his spirit continued to resonate in the movements he had helped build. For those who admired him, his retreat from public life was a poignant reminder of the toll that illness can take, even on the strongest leaders. In his final years, Jordan faced physical challenges with grace and unyielding resolve. Even when he could no longer make public speeches, he remained a trusted mentor and source of inspiration for the next generation of leaders. To those closest to him, Vernon Jordan embodied compassion, humility, and wisdom, leaving a lasting impression on everyone he touched. Vernon Jordan passed away in 2021, leaving behind an indelible legacy in the history of the American civil rights movement. His final battle with cancer may have ended, but his contributions and sacrifices will continue to be celebrated. His name will forever be remembered by those who carry on the fight for justice and equality that he championed for so many decades.
You can take it with you, this world.
For some reason, I was not afraid. Right now, mind you, that the Sunday night that my parents were leaving me at Greencastle, they took me to Mahara Hall, left the station wagon on Locust Street, and walked me to the entrance of Mahara Hall. My brother,
Sharon Jones, the soul warrior, her battle with cancer and enduring musical legacy. Sharon Jones, the queen of soul and funk, was best known as the powerful lead singer of Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. With a voice full of grit and emotion, she revived the classic soul sound and became a symbol of modern-day soul music. However, her life took a dramatic turn when she was diagnosed with bile duct cancer in 2013, just as her career was at its peak. The diagnosis came at a time when Sharon was thriving creatively. She faced grueling chemotherapy sessions that left her exhausted and in constant pain. Yet, her spirit remained unyielding. Determined not to let the disease define her, Sharon chose to continue living out her passion for music. She returned to the stage with renewed determination, using her performances to inspire others with hope and resilience. During her treatment, Sharon released Give the People What They Want, an album that garnered critical acclaim. Her voice, as rich and powerful as ever, carried the weight of her struggles and triumphs. Despite the toll her illness took on her body, she poured her heart into every performance, demonstrating a strength that won admiration from fans and critics alike. The 2015 documentary, Miss Sharon Jones, captured her journey through cancer with raw honesty, showing both her moments of vulnerability and the triumphant return to performing. It served as a testament not only to her immense talent, but also to her indomitable spirit in the face of life's hardest challenges. Sharon Jones passed away in November 2016, leaving behind an unforgettable musical legacy. Her unwavering spirit, love for music, and dedication continue to inspire those battling illness. Her life and career are a powerful testament to inner strength and the ability to overcome challenges while staying true to one's passion. Sharon showed the world that no obstacle could suppress the heart of a true artist. What about Sharon Jones inspires you the most? Share your thoughts and reflections on this extraordinary woman.
So, hi, Ms. Jones.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm great.
Okay. A little bit about your background. You were born in Augusta, Georgia?
Augusta?
Augusta?
Yeah, it was like August. I know.
Sorry.
It's Augusta. That's
Augusta.
okay. That's the proper way to pronounce it. Augusta.
Yeah.
I was born in Augusta, Georgia, James Brown hometown.
Yeah.
But I came to New York when I was like 3, so I was basically raised in New York. But every summer I would go down, south.
Della Reese, legendary singer and her courageous battle with diabetes. Della Reese was an iconic figure in American entertainment, celebrated for her powerful, soulful voice and unforgettable roles in film and television. Throughout a career that spanned decades, she left an indelible mark on jazz and gospel music, while also becoming a household name for her portrayal in the beloved TV series Touched by an Angel. However, behind her bright career was a quiet, fierce battle with type 2 diabetes, a disease that would ultimately reshape her life. Type 2 diabetes brought immense challenges for Della Reese, affecting both her physical health and mental fortitude. She openly spoke about enduring chronic pain, extreme fatigue, and the gradual loss of mobility. Complications from the disease, including vision impairment and cardiovascular issues, only added to her suffering. Despite these mounting obstacles, Della remained defiant, determined to fight the illness with all the strength she had. Her battle reached a critical point when she collapsed on a film set, an incident that forced her to step away from the entertainment world she loved. For fans, this marked a heartbreaking turning point, as one of the industry's brightest stars was dimmed by the debilitating disease. Though she had to retire from performing, Della Reese's contributions to music and acting remained timeless treasures for her many admirers. In her final years, Della's struggle with diabetes continued, but her indomitable spirit never wavered. She became an advocate for health awareness, emphasizing the importance of managing chronic illnesses with courage and care. Despite being physically limited by her condition, Della's love for music and storytelling remained at the core of her being. Her faith and optimism shone through, even in her most difficult moments. Della Reese passed away in 2017, but her artistic legacy and resilient spirit continue to live on in the hearts of her fans. Her battle with diabetes stood as a testament to her courage and unyielding determination in the face of adversity. More than just a legendary figure in music and film, Della became a symbol of strength and perseverance, fighting tirelessly to keep the light of life burning brightly. What part of Della Reese's life or career do you find the most inspiring? Share your thoughts, and let's celebrate her remarkable legacy together.
I never know where the honeymoon is going to be. He will say to me like, pack some jeans, or he'll say, pack something for going out to dinner. I don't know where I'm going out to dinner. And this was time for the honeymoon, and William Morris called me and offered me this part. And I said, I can't take it because it's time for my honeymoon. And he says, well, have you ever been to Carolina? it's a
Penny Marshall, the final battle with brain cancer that ended a legendary directing career. Penny Marshall, the brilliant director behind iconic films like Big and A League of Their Own, was one of Hollywood's most beloved figures in the 20th century. Known for her talent in crafting deeply human and heartfelt stories, Marshall was more than just a director. She was a storyteller with a gift for capturing emotion. However, her bright career took a dark turn in 2009 when she was diagnosed with brain cancer. The diagnosis came as a devastating blow to Marshall and her fans. At first, she maintained an optimistic spirit, fiercely fighting the disease and seeking ways to continue her career. Yet the symptoms of the illness gradually became more evident. Memory lapses, impaired concentration, and the fading of the creativity that had once propelled her to greatness. Ideas that once flowed effortlessly began to feel distant and difficult to grasp. Despite facing such overwhelming challenges, Marshall never gave up on her passion. She worked on small projects, advised fellow filmmakers, and continued to inspire the next generation of directors. Still, the relentless progression of her illness gradually drained her energy. Even simple moments, conversations with colleagues or watching beloved film scenes became painful struggles. In her final years, Marshall found solace in the love and support of her close family and friends. Though she no longer made public appearances, she remained deep. Thank you for watching today's video on the heartfelt stories of Hollywood stars. Your support inspires us to keep bringing meaningful content. Share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future stories. See you next time.